Okay, so what was like your favorite idea or concept that you got to help create during?
That's a great question, and actually a really hard question. It's something I haven't thought about in a long time. Um, I have actually. So, Casey, are you able to pull up the storyboards that I sent you? They're on a PDF file. So, I did a project recently for an artist for Jake Owen, and it was it was a music video, but tied into that music video was a 15-minute short film, right? And that short film, I think conceptually was one of my favorite concepts because it was based on a true story, which this is the first time I've ever gotten to do something that's based entirely on a true story. There's absolutely zero fiction involved. Um, and the story was actually based off of a podcast. So I was able to cut the interview from the podcast and put it underneath the story. Um, and I was able to essentially the podcast is narrated by the real people. Well, Jake is playing his grandpa in the project. So his grandpa's narrating, Jake is playing his grandpa. And it was a huge piece. It was probably my favorite piece. It was very heartwarming, very like felt very authentic, and the entire piece took place in the 40s, right? But doing anytime you get into these huge designs and rebuilds, and you have to have the right cars, and you have to make sure that we had to shut down like 3 city blocks to make sure that we had no cars within those city blocks that didn't match our period. So and there's a lot of business behind that. I've always said about the industry, if if you need it to rain on set, you need a plumber there to manage the water. Like it's literally anything you need to build. 2 weeks ago we had to build a house so we could burn it down. We literally had to go to an engineering company. We had to engineer this thing, and we had to keep it as cheap as possible. We had to make sure that it was going to burn from the inside out. And this obviously took a few weeks of prep. And then when we show up on set, the house is built. So I think that uh, within the film industry, there is a job for everybody on what you like. I'm biased because I work in it and I love it, and I think it's the greatest industry in the world. But I think if anyone's interested in the film industry, don't necessarily think, oh, I have to be shooting it or I have to be directing it. You can always think bigger than that. You can think about the jobs like the art department, who are specifically, if you like interior design, you show up to a location and you manage the interior design. You manage the set deck.